Guys, I haven't posted anything in a while here because I've been so busy traveling and fishing and a whole bunch of different things, going from France to Quebec to Maine to New York. Been fishing a lot lately, and this thing, man, the Wiggle Jig, has been absolutely insane. Had so many days with 50, 60 plus bass on these things. They last so freaking long too, and it's really hard to beat, especially in deep water and fast currents. I've been fishing this Euro nymphing on a 3-weight, believe it or not, and on a 4-weight as well, and also just casting on regular fly line with my 6-weight. And let's tie this. There's two huge storm here. There's two different ways of tying it. I mean, there's the paddle tail version as well. Got a little paddle tail going. There's two different hooks I tie it on too. I tie it on the Montana Fly Company 60-degree jig hook, the 3XL. Got it in number 8. And then I also tied on the Ahrex Mini Jig, number 4s, number 2s, number 6, it depends really. And I guess we'll start with the wiggle tail. And this is going to be a 6.4 millimeter tungsten bead, which is pretty big, but you kind of need it for the, the tails we're going to put on. They create pressure going down in the water, so they don't sink as fast as a rabbit strip or whatever you're using. We're using Danville's Flymaster Plus in 140. So just take a wiggle tail. You can get them from Pack-A-Rainy. I cut my own. I make my own, so it's a little easier that way, and I can paint them. As you see, this is chartreuse. I got some, you can make some brown ones as well. You can do whatever you want really. Take the thread all the way back. Just gonna tie in the end of the wiggle tail on. And so I've done a bunch of different tests, and the wiggle tail facing, well, down, since it's a jig hook, swims way better, and you're not going to get that foul hooking as you think you could get with these tails. When they get wet, they get a little soft. So I tie mine like this, couple loose wraps just to get it facing up, and then you can cinch down, get a couple wraps on top. And then that's it. You can go forward. I'll just whip finish this because I'll show you the paddle tail as well. And you take some crazy glue. And I like just to get some crazy glue at the start of the tail here, just so it hardens it up and you don't get that foul hooking as much. You will get foul hooking with this, but it's just, honestly, it's so effective and so deadly. Yeah, if you hook it onto your hook every 10 casts, it's worth it because it'll freaking catch so many fish. It's insane. And then another hook. This one is the Ahrex Mini Jig. It's a little thicker, a little bigger hook. I find on these hooks you'll get foul hooked a little more than on the smaller Montana Fly Company one. And then this is the paddle tail, the CGH custom. I also cut and do my own. You can paint them, you can do whatever. Couple loose wraps. Get out of focus, no. Couple loose wraps all the way down, and then so you can twist that tail, cinch down. Then when it's in line, you can really tie down on it. And these tails will last so long. There's this one day it just kept biting and biting and biting and biting, and I probably caught about 40 fish on this one Wiggle Jig fly, and the only thing that happened was the eyes fall off. That's it. The tail is just will last so long. Man, this storm is crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm pretty sure. And we'll finish this, and then same thing with that glue. We're just gonna go a little further on these tails, so you can see, like the wiggles, we just did a little bit of this part, but then this one, we'll just go a little further, just so it hardens that first little part. Because these tails would also foul hook, but I found that if you put just a little bit of glue, it will harden that part, and the percentage of foul hooking will go down extremely. Put this aside. This foot is just fucked. Okay. Go back to the wiggle. And then this one, it's so easy. It's just, I tie freaking 20, 30 at a time with these, prepare all my stuff. So we got some Nightmare Musky Flies Titan dubbing. This thing, man, is crazy. The flash that's on it is just crazy. So, but it's fairly long fibers. So we're just gonna take a little bit. You don't need much. Take a little bit, and you just pull on it, rip it in half to get some smaller fibers, like you would do with any other dubbing, really. You can tie these as well with Senyo laser dub, but I just like this this Nightmare Musky Flies with that it's kind of a rippleized fiber in it too. So this is crazy. So we'll start with the white. We'll just do a minnow, normal minnow color. Put on top, which is really the bottom of the fly. You want to get as close as the tungsten bead as possible. A couple wraps, nice and tight. Flip it over. Get that gray on. Gray on top like that, so it's perfectly half and half. Really cinch down. Then you want to get your thread as close as possible to the bead. So I like to just twist it like this, get up front, get close, cinch down, and then I go back to where I started, fold this over, put the thread up front, fold the bottom part back, and 6 or 7 turns. Whip finish. And that's it. And we just got the eyes to put on. We're gonna brush this off. If the fibers are too long, if the dubbing fibers are too long, it's not the end of the world, but don't trim them with the scissors. What I like to do, I take the hook out, and then you just want to pull them. You can do a taper, but just by pulling out the fibers you don't want. Because if you trim them with scissors, it's not going to look good. It's going to be a straight cut. It's not going to look natural at all. That's about it on this one. Didn't have to take so much off. So now we have this. Then we'll put the eyes on. Can brush all the fibers back. I like to wet these just so it's nice and clean. What do we got on this? So I like to put on my smaller hooks. I like to put six 6mm eyes. There's just some ice colored ones. I'll take 2, put it on my thumb. For the eyes, I like gel super glue. The liquid one just, it seizes so fast that you don't even have time to put the eyes on, that it's already hard. Just a little touch. Take the eyes. Put it on there, that's it. Turn it around, put the other eyes on. Boom, that's done. That's it. Then finish it off with some resin. Honestly, I don't understand how some people just put on super glue and the eyes and that's it. Like, if you do that, it would fall off within probably the first or 2 fish. Like, I might as well just put a little bit of resin on there and then make that fly last, like I said, 30, 40 fish before the eyes can fall off. These bass, the smallies, get so aggressive in the summertime. They'll freaking chase after this. And so I just put a little bit on top, on the eyes. And then I cure it. And I recently switched to Sloarez from Loon, because man, Loon, I don't understand how everything is so sticky every single time you cure everything. It's just, I like this way better now. I do the bottom part, trying to cover the whole of the tungsten bead. And that's about it. So it's so easy. I mean, once you have the materials, once you have the tails, once you have the tungsten beads, you got to be careful with the tungsten bead too, because the holes are not big enough for the hooks you want to use. And I mean, it got me quite a while to find the good ones. But I mean, look at that. I don't know if I can focus any closer on this thing. Yeah, there it is. Look at this. Then obviously in the water, once you strip it, that tail will go back and flutter. Once it sinks too, that tail will flutter the whole way down. It sinks, so the fish can bite on that drop. You can scratch bottom with this thing. It's just, honestly, it's super simple, but it's just unbelievable. The amount of fish I've caught on this since, the past couple of years has just been insane. Like, it's not even comparable to any other fly you could use. Yeah, zonker strips. Yeah, a lot of people use that. They work very well, but when you're on a boat, when I'm on a boat with my buddy and he catches 1 or 2 and I'm already at 10 or 12 fish and he's like, hey, you mind if I use one of your flies? And yeah, man, go ahead. And ends up the day with 30, 40, 50 fish too. So I mean, it's just crazy. So hopefully you guys enjoy this tie and try this out. If you have any questions, you can write on the comments below, and happy to help you guys out with this fly. Have a good one, guys.